work really hard. We all have full schedules. Do the things that serve you well and bring you joy. And if it's going down the path of stressing you out, just put it on the shelf and come back to it next year. And that's okay. The kids are going to have good memories. Your families are going to have good memories. But what's not going to be a good memory is if you're raging and mad and frustrated and overworked. Like, that's not a good mom memory.
Welcome to Lead Like a Girl, where we are empowering everyday women through our stories. I'm your host, Jessica Smith, and I began this journey by sharing my life story. Now, I've joined forces with my longtime friends, Jamie and Coralyn, to keep this party going. We met many years ago as young sales girls in our 20s, driven and quickly rising to the top of our industry. As the years went on, life happened, and we all found ourselves in new companies and completely different industries, still striving for success in it all. Career, family, faith, fun. Now, it wasn't easy, but we never stopped moving. Get ready for our real conversations, inspiring stories, and our big life lessons as we share it all. The good, the bad, and the funny. Welcome to Lead Like a Girl.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Lead Like a Girl. I am Jamie. I'm your host tonight, and I'm with my two best friends, Jessica and Coralyn. Hi, guys.
Hello. Do you ever feel like the compulsion when you say, I'm Jamie, and I'm supposed to say my name, and then Jessica's supposed to say her name, like it's our introduction in like the corniest way possible?
I want to be the lead.
Well, you need a script, like a
noted. I would like all the attention tonight.
I would like to have all of it on me. Thank you.
Okay,
if you're watching on YouTube, I have fabulous lipstick on.
You do? Is that you
It is. I'm you know, it's we're getting to be winter, and I was thinking about dark, like coloring my hair dark and going like red lipstick and trying to be a little vibrant because I was like, it's holiday season. And so yes, which is an excellent segue into, if you would like to watch us on YouTube, leadlikeagirllab.com, all of the social media. You can watch us on any sort of, you can do Spotify, exactly, any of them. I love Amazon Music too as a way to listen to our podcast. But in any case, thank you everyone who has already listened to us and does listen to us, and thanks for the compliment on my lipstick. So
yes,
how are you guys doing?
It's been a long day, and I'm just glad to be here with you ladies.
Me too.
It's full
every week, right?
I have a little mom win. Not really mom win. My little guy is trying his second brand new sport. He's 11 years old, so not little, but he's never played organized football. Tried that. Jury's still out if he's going to play again, but went in a completely new sport. And as a 5th grade boy, it's hard, like not being involved. And now I just dropped him off at basketball, second new sport. He's been a soccer kid his entire life. And so now he's just venturing out into some of the other sports that his friends are with. And he is just all in. He's like, Mom, I really want to get good at basketball. So can we go and shoot around? Can we go practice? And he wants to watch like YouTube videos and stuff. And I just think it's amazing because that's hard. That is really hard to jump into something brand new as a boy when all the kids already kind of know each other and they're good at the sport. And then you just hop in and just like, all right, I'm just going to try this out and see what happens. So that's been filling up my cup a little bit.
Good. Now, did you play basketball?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. Okay. Sorry. I probably knew that, but okay.
Duh, isn't it WNBA?
Okay.
Or not.
Remember when Sophie started softball and I was like telling Sophie, I'm like, I played softball. So she's like, oh, can you show me how? I'm like, yes. She's like, okay, really? So that's cool. You'll be able to play with him. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that. So I wanted to start by saying sometimes we before we start our episodes, we talk about our daily lives a little bit. We have a whole text conversation. And so we bring up some of the topics get brought up because we talk about what's going on our daily lives and what's coming up in our lives. And I came across this meme today, and it said, November is stressful. Like, it's suddenly freezing and you have 35 different deadlines due within 3 weeks and everyone's panicking and it's dark all the time. So that was just perfect way to.
Did you just take the temperature check from Minnesota? Because that sounds right about right.
Yeah. So we're like 40 degrees. Jessica, what are you at today? You're probably sunny and beautiful.
No, actually, I mean, no, it was cold. It's cold for me, but we had snow flurries yesterday. So yeah.
Oh,
I'm so happy to hear that. I mean, I don't want to champion somebody else's misery, but I am secretly happy, and it's not so secret anymore, but I'm excited for you to have that flurries.
Yes.
Sorry, I am.
Oh, good. Well, we've been talking a little bit. We've been talking a little bit about just, I mean, we're getting into the November and December, and we're getting into like, this is the holiday season, and it's also end of year. So yes, we're strong, independent, ambitious women, right? So we've got end of year, we've got end of quarter, we've got goals we've got to do, we've got things we have to do for our families, our work life, we've got things, we've got, like you just said, Coralyn, it's sports season. I just had a concert with Sophie last night, which is why we had to reschedule recording. But then we also have holidays and travel and family stuff and friend stuff. And some of the time, there are some people who look at this as this really exciting time of, we get to do all these things with our friends and family, and we're going to relax, and we get to eat all the good food and that. And then we have a lot of folks that are very anxious and not looking forward to, I have to be with my family and I have to travel. And, there really is two sides to the coin when it comes to the next 6 weeks of our life. Right. So one of the things I wanted to bring up tonight is I want to just talk about it. Like, let's talk about the next 6 weeks. Let's talk about what's going to happen during the holiday season and a few tips and tricks that we can do to prepare for that. Because as moms and professional women and leaders of our family and leaders in our community, I mean, I just looked at a statistic, and 83 to 90% of Americans celebrates holidays in December. So it's literally all of us. I mean, it isn't just women. So it's all of the people. So I was thinking about this. Are you prepared to go be with your friends and family and have to deal with the drunk uncle or overbearing mother-in-law or the cousins that you haven't seen in forever? Or are you prepared to, cook all the food for all of your family and friends? Or are you prepared to travel 8 hours with your kids? I mean, it's just so much. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, are you with me?
So
I'm exhausted just listening to you right now. That's a lot.
It's so much.
I feel like, Jamie, you're making me feel stressed. I'm just kidding. I'll throw this out there right out of the gate, is that I think that the retail situation, when I go out to the store and it's still back to school in September and they're switching over their Christmas stuff, is I've just refuted that as a person. And I know I'm getting the cart ahead of the horse here right now, but I think that I'm a solid believer in seasons. And I think October is Halloween, November is Thanksgiving, and December is Christmas. So a long time ago, I just refused to do 1 ounce of Christmas decorating or anything before Thanksgiving. I don't pre-Christmas shop. I don't do any of that. I will think about Christmas after the turkey is done. And that is that.
I think I'm a little bit of both. I do this where I love a good deal. So if I see something in the summertime and I'm like, that is a really good deal, and my sister would love that. The bad thing about that is sometimes I find Christmas gifts hidden in my closet a year later that never got
my
delivered.
gosh. So same, totally. Yes. But and then I forget who they're for, to be honest.
Oh my God. But outside of that, I'm with you that I feel like October, I relate October to my birthday, by the way, not Halloween. We're not big Halloween people, but I feel like after my birthday, that's it. The year is over. Thanksgiving comes and I do not want to think about a Christmas tree or any of that until after Thanksgiving. That's always been our tradition. As a matter of fact, it's like the day after Thanksgiving is when we usually will decorate. Doesn't always happen, but not any earlier. And it just makes me crazy when people do that because it's just like makes things speed up. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I need you guys to stop doing that. I don't know why. Why do people do that? It's because you want to get it over with or you want to have it last longer. Is that what it is?
I think the people that I know that do it wanted to have it last longer.
Oh, okay.
I feel like my sister-in-law, and I hope she's listening because I absolutely love it, but she just posted pictures yesterday or the day before that they spent all weekend decorating their house in Christmas. So they have their Christmas tree up and all the things, but they're nesting. Like her and my brother they bought a house and it's cute and they're just making it their own. So I think that Christmas season really brings a lot of people joy. And so if you can have joy for 2 months versus 1 month, I mean, most people hopefully would pick the 2 month of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is far beyond anything that I've ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I actually like to extend the celebration of the holiday season. I'm not like, I'm kind of a minimalist, so I don't decorate a lot, but I have, a couple of things, but don't get me wrong.
You take out your Charlie Brown Christmas tree out of your basement, put 7 ornaments on it.
We downsized. We got rid of everything when we moved into this house. But I did make gingerbread cookies this weekend because I was like, oh, I want to bake something. So
I feel like you need to
kind of get into that
you need a big Christmas tree in that house, like right in front of the window, right in front of the back, all the things,
and a real one.
If you remember back to episode maybe 16, 17, Jessica can give you a tip on where to go find the Christmas tree in somebody else's front yard.
Let me find a ditch. I will chop one out of a ditch. Thank you.
Listeners, go back and listen because Jessica, that's what she used to do, is go steal somebody's literally landscaping.
Yes.
Take it home.
Oh, I don't think it was landscaping. I'm pretty sure it wasn't landscaping.
It was in the woods. And listen, we were kids, and kids with
it's still hilarious.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
It's a true story. I can't make it up.
Yeah. It's different every year for us. Like sometimes it's, we've waited until, after Christmas, we've waited until Thanksgiving. Sometimes it's before. I remember a couple of years ago, it was just me and Sophie in the house. And it was like, I don't even think it was Thanksgiving. And we were like, should we just decorate? And we loved it. 2 of us just decorated. And it was, so I think it just depends on the year. This year I was like, let's start making some cookies. Like, let's start baking. And, I was definitely in the spirit this year a little bit.
Well, I think you could throw that out there as like hack number 1 is don't be so married to your schedule that it's an inconvenience. If you have time to decorate and it's before Thanksgiving and you usually don't, but that's when you have time, then don't beat yourself up about it. Just make the time, because I think that everybody generally likes to do some sort of decorating. So if you have to bend or flex on what is tradition for what works, it'll be better in the long run just to do it.
Yeah. I think that's tip number 1, Coralyn, that I'm going to write down so we can recap at the end. You can throw the rules out the window.
Yeah.
I love it.
There we go.
I love it. No, I love the way that you put that, because even like what you said about the cookies, like be in the moment. It's good to have tradition, but you got to do what works for you in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, do what feels good to you right then, right? Exactly. Yeah. I'm very busy at work right now too. So it's like you're kind of trying to wrap up that as well. And it's, I had today off for Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans. but I still worked for 4 hours because I was like, oh, let me just try to do this. Oh, I can just handle this one thing. And then I was like, oh, just one other thing. I can do that. And I had 3 different people on the phone today say, aren't you supposed to have today off? And I'm like, yeah, but one more thing.
One more thing.
So hard to take the days off at the end of the year. But anyway, I've got a couple of fun questions for you guys. First one, really easy ones. What is your go-to holiday snack?
The like popcorn that's like, is that holiday Christmas, that like the different ones, like the caramel and, you know, the ones that come in the big Christmas containers, and it has the
Does
3
it have
different.
cheese and then caramel and then another one? Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love those. What about you, Corey?
Jamie, what is your favorite holiday snack?
I don't love it, but my mom made really good peanut brittle. She was like known for it. So I would
You don't
say like
love
that
it?
just makes me
I
think of my
love
mom.
it.
Do you? She was really
Yeah.
good at it. So it just makes me think of her. So I would say peanut brittle.
Mhm.
And do you make it homemade?
She did. I'm going to learn how. Once I perfect it, I will send you some. But it was like everybody wanted it. She made a great recipe. Like it's just, you know, just makes you think like memories, right?
Yep. I love that.
Yep.
You know, I was trying to think of like something like really nostalgic, and it's more so like cookies and food and stuff.
Sure.
I suppose. I mean, I'm probably fighting the reality of admitting that cookies are a
Right,
snack
I
for me
was gonna say,
sometimes.
There's snacks outside the spirit.
My grandma and now my mom has taken over the tradition of making Russian tea cakes. Do you know?
Oh my gosh.
Jamie knows what they are.
Yes.
Of course, we're getting the Midwestern like question mark from
Love
our
those.
Atlanta friend Jessica. Russian tea cakes, Jessica. You don't know what they are? Of course you don't. What,
Do they have liquor
maybe
in
serve me up some neck bones.
Oh, we're gonna have neck bone jokes today. Okay.
No, a Russian tea cake is like it's a little cookie that's round like a ball, but it's not actually very sweet. And the way that my mom and my grandma make them is they chop up walnuts in them, like really fine walnuts, and then it's coated with a little bit of a layer of powdered sugar. So it looks like actually
so good.
I mean, it's kind of a refined cookie, I would have to say, but it's not very sweet. So I always liked them. And my grandma always used to have them and make them a part of her cookie tray, one of the staples. And so I think that that's one of the things that I'll probably have to bring on my tradition. But I've never made them. I've helped my grandma make them, but I've never done my own. But I do ask my mom to make them every year against her. Like, she's like, really, do I need to make? Because they're kind of putsy.
Oh, I was going to say, do they take a long time to make?
No, I mean
They're
not any longer than any other cookie because you don't have to frost it or anything. But I think that like chopping walnuts and all the things makes it a little bit more.
They're kind of like
meticulous.
a take on like a pecan sandy or like a Mexican wedding cookie or like
Which
there's
I
like
love
different
both of
versions of it. They're so yummy. That's one of my favorites.
And
Yeah,
I feel
those
like
are so
there's some
good.
similar that they sell at Costco too, which are my favorite.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Those aren't
what,
homemade.
What else you got, Jamie? A little harder since that was so easy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is going to get deep. All right. What's that phrase that what's that phrase you hear at the family gathering or the Friendsgiving or whatever it is that makes you just want to disappear into the mashed potatoes?
Let's talk politics.
Yeah, I know. I was like, when the drunk uncle like shows up, that was like what I was thinking.
Oh my God. And I don't know, maybe my brother does listen. Any one of those fools. Oh my gosh. Yes. When they want to talk, or my sisters, like all of them. But, yeah. And I'm out. And they will like literally like force you to, I don't know. And then they ask questions. And I'm like, I'm not answering because I don't want to have this conversation with you because very
let me get out of
quiet,
here.
as a matter of fact. And as you can imagine, everyone in my family talks loud. And when yes, and you just got to talk louder. And then it's just, and you sound like you're arguing when you're really not, but then it ends up going there. And then next thing you know, you got a
screen thrown at you.
Right. It's happened.
So you guys know.
Next thing you know, you fell through the door.
Well, anyway, so that was a good one. That was
that was good. So what's your go-to excuse for getting the heck out of there? Because I was thinking about this. Guys always go watch a sports game and they're just think of it, they're like gone. I have an aunt and uncle that always have to take a nap. So they're just like, oh, okay. Like,
Just
what's your
out.
I know, they just like peace out and take a nap. Like someone
know,
has a
I think-
headache.
So
What's your best excuse for like getting the heck out of there?
Our family Thanksgiving, like as a child, my grandma had 6 kids, and she has a small like inner city Minneapolis house, and so all the rooms are small. But it was kind of situated nicely because the kitchen was in the front of the house, and then you had a dining room, then a living room, and then a sun parlor. So it was all a big long room, and she would put 2 giant 10-foot banquet tables up with benches, and we would all sit around like we were in a log cabin or something like that. But it was, you take 6 kids with spouses and everyone has 3 or 4 kids. There's a lot of butts in the seats. Yeah. And so, but it was always like lots of energy, and it was all chaos, but everyone kind of looked forward to it. Like this was it. But, very like probably I think it was probably a rite of passage. I didn't get a quinceañera, I got a dish rag. So once you get old enough get old enough to wash the dishes, it was just like everyone's done eating, and it was kind of a whatever, all the ladies go out to the kitchen while the dudes are doing whatever, watching sports, but we all do the dishes together. It always was a thing. We would go around this like tiny little kitchen, and we'd take turn washing dishes and drying and putting them away. And it was just kind of like clockwork. And that was the story for many, many years. And it was always like, all right, time to do the dishes. And everyone just kind of followed suit. And it was a little bit of a fight over who gets the sink and put everything away. And listen to my auntie barking where the dishes go. Cause you've got your nice dishes and the silver and the platters, and they can't mix with the everyday dishes,
Yeah.
I love that. My cousins and I did the same thing. I have a humongous family, and I'm not kidding. I have 13 female cousins that are within a couple of years of my age. Like there were so many of us, and that was it. We all did the dishes together, washed, dried, put them away. That was thank you for bringing that up. I kind of forgot about that. How about you, Jessica? Excuse for getting the heck out of there?
I was going to say, I am so lost. Coralyn, are you saying that was your excuse, is I have to clean the dishes to get out of?
Let's be honest. I didn't really answer the question, but I can make a good story.
I still want to know, in your family,
how do you get out of there? There's always the excuse of I have to run to the store and go get more ice.
If you don't know my personality yet, I avoid confrontation by making jokes. I just crack the joke and we move on. Like, we're not going to get and I'm a peacemaker. I don't really follow astrology, but I'm a Libra. I want everyone to be happy and balanced. And so if I feel tension, I'm going to make an idiot out of myself to lighten the mood, and let's move on.
Yeah. And I'm just going to abruptly walk away and say, I'm just not going to have the conversation. I said I don't want to talk about it. I'm not talking about it. So see ya.
Yeah. I'm usually like, give me a job. Like I will go, whether it's like, I'm going to take the kids outside. I'm going to go wash something. I'm going to go get food. I'm going to go whatever. Like I'm going to
go plant a garden.
Yes. Let me go plant some flowers outside. I don't even know. Like, give me a job that I have to do so that I don't have to be in this conversation anymore. Yeah. That's typically my out. So I read this article. It was just giving us like 5 tips essentially on here's how you plan out, let's say a quote unquote stressless, not stress-free, stressless. There you
go. I like that.
A little bit less stressful. Holiday, because I don't know about you guys, I actually love hosting holidays.
I know,
my mom was a really good host, and I just love to have people over. I love to host. Not everyone does, and that's fine. I'd happen to, but I gotta tell you a really quick thing. Last year on Thanksgiving, I thought this was a great idea. Now that I think about it, I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? I rented a cabin in the woods, and I think I told you guys this in maybe another episode, and I was going to make Thanksgiving dinner there. It was like a month after my mom passed away. And okay, it's hard enough to make Thanksgiving dinner at home, but to bring all of the stuff to a cabin 2 hours away and make it there, like, what was I thinking? That was so hard to do. It was so hard. So please don't ever do that, folks. Like, listening to this is terrible. So one of the first tips they said is like, basically, this is to prevent burnout, guys. Just don't do these things and do these things. But just plan ahead. Like, talk about it ahead of time. I know one of the things my sister does, we do like one of those holiday calendars where you have pictures. She's like asking for pictures like in October. She's just like, we're not waiting until December 15th. Like, just give me these things now so that I can get this over with. So I think just in general, plan ahead, like figure out the schedule and when you're doing it and who you're doing it with. I don't know about you guys, but blended families, right? So are you going with the step parents, or are your kids going with the other parent? Or, I mean, how do you guys do that with blended families? I mean, do you do one day? Is it Christmas Eve on one family and Christmas on the other? Or is it Thanksgiving? Or is there a rule? I mean,
so
how do you figure that out?
When we were in Chicago, and we always had like my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And it actually worked out because one side of the family celebrated on Christmas and the other side celebrated on Christmas Eve, which was great because that's how we figured that out. And it was always that. Never had to be in a situation where you had to pick like, oh, who's going to. So I have zero experience in that. It's just kind of worked out that the different families kind of just celebrated different days.
Mm. Have you ever done it together?
Well, and I think a lot of times somebody just needs to make a decision, right? And that is the domino effect. Like, okay, my sister-in-law's husband is going to celebrate Christmas on the 25th. So then everybody makes their decisions based on, okay, so if they're going to do it that day, then we can't, then we need it. Then maybe I can do my family on Christmas Day. And so I feel like just somebody in the that's connected to all the things just needs to plan a stake, and then everybody else can kind of decide does that work or not, and then you kind of have to pivot a little bit. But it does get a little messy when you're talking in-laws and extended family. And then now as we're getting older, some of the younger kids now have boyfriends and girlfriends where they're also trying to plan with their family because they want to go have their first Christmas or whatever with their significant. So it just, and then I think at some point, again, like what we talked about before, you just have to be okay with if somebody's not going to be able to make it, like just let them. If they have, a little bit of like, don't let yourself fall in the stress because not 100% of the people are going to be able to make it 100% of the time. Like, and just be okay with that. We'll catch up with them later. It is, after all, a day.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's probably the most important thing really with that is it's absolutely okay if they can make it. And if they can't make it, they're invited. And it's kind of that let them theory that we talked about, many, many times. It's like, if they want to go be with their boyfriend's family or their girlfriend's family, or if your, ex-spouse has the thing at the same time, it's okay, cool. I mean, just enjoy the day, right? So but planning ahead and just saying, here's when my thing is. If you want to come, awesome. If you can't come, that's okay. Yeah. Yep.
I would always give a high five to my own mom because she was always very flexible in that way. She said, you know what? I care, but I don't care enough to make it a big deal. So why don't you talk to them first and then tell me what they want to do, and then we'll just plan around it. And my mom has always been very flexible. And I think that is a very good, if there's somebody in your family that can just sacrifice or be the flexible one.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's you, if you're listening, it just helps everything because there's always somebody who is not flexible, right? And so, and again, just let them, if something has to be rigid for whatever reason, maybe just let it be and then move on.
Yeah. Don't take it personally
and
at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think to your point, sometimes it's better just to say, here's when I'm having it.
Yeah, or just decide, and this is it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I
Yeah.
think if you're saying, well, what days are good for you? No one's going to have the same day, right? So
Right.
that's good. So that's plan ahead. So the next thing is like, you can also prioritize and say no. So like focus on the traditions and like the activities that really bring the most joy. And you can let go to the rest of the things. So it's acceptable to decline some of the invitations or commitments that protect your well-being. So essentially saying like, if what's really important to you is, let's say, picking out that Christmas tree, but let's say, the dinner necessarily isn't as important as picking out that Christmas tree or whatever it is. It's okay to like prioritize the things that are more important and say no to the things that aren't. So
Right.
maybe keeping that type of thing in mind too. I know you guys know we've talked about this. I have a hard time saying no to things. So just keeping that in mind that it's all right. You could say no to some stuff and prioritize the things that are more important.
And it doesn't have to be a no for always. It could just be a no for this season.
Just for this year
right
or
now, I think for me personally, we've ebbed and flowed. I've always liked, my mom made it a priority for us as kids to make Christmas cookies, which is insane in and of itself, with 3 children making frosted cookies and all the things. Like, it's just the whole crazy train of that is just next level to begin with. But I've tried to carry on that tradition with my own little guy. But sometimes it's just ice. Actually, instead of making sugar cookies, somebody told me that there is a little local grocery store across the river that actually makes pre-cut frozen sugar cookies. So a couple years ago, I bought them, and we baked them and then just frosted them. So you skip the whole, like, let's make the actual cookies, but you can still participate in the frosting of it. So that was a huge time saver, but it was like, I could still carry on the tradition, but make it flexible to work for what works for how much time and effort that I want to put into this thing. Or
you have the
1 year
you have the special thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's okay too. Like, I can do it next year, or we can do something different,
Right. You can make your own tradition, and it's yours.
Not doing Christmas cookies.
Yeah. I know we used to do Thanksgiving every year with my dad, because his birthday is right around Thanksgiving, and then we would do Christmas with my mom. And this has been years ago, but he moved away, really far away. And I hate to say no to that, but like logistically, it was like, I got to figure something else out. I'm sorry that I have to say no to that particular part of this tradition, but we've got to, let's, we've got to pivot a little bit. We've got to figure out some other way to like celebrate together. And, I hate to say no to one tradition, but let's figure out a different plan, to celebrate that with you. And, sometimes that's it, pivot is our favorite word these days.
I feel fortunate, since being here in Atlanta, Will's family's in California, not all of them, but most of them. And my family's in Chicago. So that really lightens the load. I mean, there's enough of us here just in our home, but it's a different dynamic. And it's been that way for, some years now. Sometimes we have people come in and travel, but for the most part, I think that definitely changes the dynamic and makes it a little easier when it's a smaller group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't live near my family for about 20 years, and that was definitely a completely different dynamic when it came to holidays. It was more the Friendsgiving and the travel for a few holidays and not as many. I'm going to skip ahead. There are many things on this list. And I think this is really, really important. And it's after the holiday season. It's after these 6 weeks, and it's scheduling downtime. Because, we get past all the gifts and the food and the relatives and the friends and the traveling and the parties. And those are work parties, friend parties, kids concerts, you look at your December schedule with your family, friends, work, all those things, and it's nuts.
Yeah.
So when it's all over, I don't even know if there's a word. I'm going to call it holiday fatigue. But you have to like have a downtime. You've got to like schedule a weekend or something to have some downtime. And the article said you have to intentionally block
That's the
out
word.
time for rest and self-care intentionally, right? Because you have to treat it like that appointment in your calendar and just go, I have to take a day or 2 days or a weekend, whatever it is, and I have to intentionally go, I'm not doing anything today. I'm resting because I got to take care. I've got to like decompress from
Yeah.
all this. Yeah. I know myself. I can't relax unless everything's put away and all the jobs are done. So
Right.
it's, for me, it's putting away, you know, the decor and like putting away everything and cleaning up the house and getting all the stuff done. And quite literally putting those comfy clothes on and, you know, sitting on the sofa and putting a candle on and reading a book or doing whatever it takes for me to relax and just essentially being alone. Like, just,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to, you know, hug anyone right now. I just want to be by myself. So what do you guys think about that? Like scheduling downtime, just being intentional about that. Have you done that before? And what do you think about that being just something that you plan?
Yeah, I think we need to put that up on the list. No, usually if take time off of work around the holidays, it's to do more work around the holidays.
Right. I know. And you can do that, but if you skip that portion of it, you don't ever get the recovery.
Yeah, yeah. And so I gotta be better about that. And listen, I've come a long way because for me, it's like, what are you, a lazy ass? Like, get up, there's stuff to do. Like someone's got to do it. But here's where I know I have to be. Last year, I talk about, having my crazy brother around, but um I hope he's around this year because having him here at our home last year, I remember when you just said like putting all the stuff away, like all the decorative stuff. Once the holidays are over, like New Year's, that's my max. Like I want everything gone. I want no sign of a holiday. I just want things to be gone and put away in their home. And sometimes that's a lot to do. And I just remember him doing that all like me coming home and everything was put away. And I was like, what is happening right now? This is
What a
amazing.
gift.
Oh,
And it was not just half-ass put away and then left. Like things were put away in the bins. The bins were back in the garage. They were stacked back. Like it was great. And so, and you, of course, you would think I said, well, you know what? Since I planned on doing that and now I don't have to do it, I should just relax and binge watch my favorite new TV show. Nobody wants that. But I didn't.
Dude.
I love that show. By the way.
I need to binge watch that show.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that one.
I would add to that we had several episodes ago, we talked about my ruthless elimination of hurry. And over the last couple years, I hear what you're saying, that it's important to schedule downtime after, but I think that is equally or even more important to schedule some downtime in the midst of it, so you don't blast through the holidays. And I'm talking to you busy moms where you just are blasting through everything and trying to check all the boxes and make sure everybody else, especially our kids, have the best Christmas or the best holiday ever. And then you look back and you don't even remember what happened, and you don't, even though we're super high functioning and we can multitask and get all this stuff done, if you don't plan that joy time in the moment, it's going to be a miss. And so planning that time to be able to sit and look at your Christmas tree or look out the window when it's snowing or whatever, just some of that, have that coffee and read a book while the house, it might be messy, but just like have that little moment of peace. But yes, and then also schedule some downtime after the fact. I think one of the ways that graduating from the company where we just worked all the time, it's been a blessing probably over the last several years that there's not a lot happening in our industry in between Christmas and New Year's. And so probably for the last 3, 4, 5 years, I've saved up my vacation time and I've just taken that off. And the last couple of years, we've just had a staycation. Like was off at Christmas through New Year's and just had a whole week of just kind of just hanging around the house. And so and not everyone has that gifting or that opportunity, but just being able to just be at home and wake up and like, just, okay, I guess we're going to go sledding today, or I guess we're going to just play a game, or, and be able to be flexible with the people that kind of come in and out of town with our in-laws and stuff, and being able to say, yes, yeah, we can go ice skating, or yes, we can go walk the mall, or whatever.
That worked to me too, Coralyn. Like that right there, I feel is more, and I have that anxiety that when I open that up, that what you just said right there. Maybe it's fun for you, but for me,
what did I say? I don't even know what I said.
You said, yes, we can go ice skating. Yes, we can play this game. Yes, we can. It's like, I feel like all that stuff to me is still more work. Like, is it okay to say no? Okay, I'm off.
Maybe that was point 2 we made. No, was okay too. But I think that when I'm working and during like my normal, there's so much going on with the scheduled activity, and obviously the work day takes up a big chunk of that. So I take out the work day, then I have a little bit more margin to say yes when I normally on a Tuesday night, I'm not going to go ice skating. I don't actually want to go ice skating, for the record. I was just
definitely not skiing.
Fun fact, don't know if you know this, but I actually figure skated for several years when I was little, and I have a tutus and ice skating programs. You might not know that about me, but I did do that also.
I would not expect anything less.
Yeah, of course you do.
Right. I want to send a picture in the group chat, please. No, but I guess what I wanted to make is that, because as we were talking about, we need to be intentional about this. I wanted to say how, tell me how. I was in an interview and the guy kept badgering me on, but how did you do it? But what did you do? And so I'm thinking this now, what are those steps? And I'm kind of running them through my head, because one of the things that make it hard, one, it's feeling like, oh, well, it's Christmas time and I don't want to disappoint the kid. Can we do this? Can we do that? No. And even no, you take the kid to do whatever and the kid will still do whatever. But because if the difference is I want to sit and do absolutely nothing, I have to be removed from this thought of guilt to be able to do that. And sometimes around the holidays, because the family is around, because the kids want it, because we have traditions and we want memories and all those things, I feel like, and maybe this makes me a bad mom, that I'm guilted into doing a lot of stuff that I don't want to do. Right?
I don't think you should feel. Yeah, I don't think you should feel guilted. I guess the thing that I keep thinking about is during things like the holidays, let's say you have extended family around, let's say you have extra people around, I feel like that's the prime time to say, hey, I'm going to give you this opportunity to spend some time with your grandson. I'm going to give you this opportunity to spend some time with your nephew. And just really clear communication, and just saying if you're okay with this, I'd like to just spend a little time in my room. I've got a book I'd like to read. Would you guys want to just go take a couple hours and go do something together? Because I think offering it up, sometimes people don't know where the boundaries are. And, they might feel a little apprehensive of going hey, can I grab Hayden for the day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, just a clear ask might be where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you have those people around and they're not normally around, I mean, there it is.
Yeah.
That might be it right there.
And I'm kind of switching gears here because I know we're running out of time and I really want to get this one out. I think we need to be also okay with delegating. Hey,
yes.
I know you're a guest, right? But here's the things, and I seriously thought about this. You guys tell me, I know this is probably overboard, but I have dry erase boards everywhere in the house. And I almost wanted to assign every guest a chore to do before they came and write their name on the board and the chore that I would like I know.
It's like camp.
That
you get your room assignment, you get your mop bucket, and you get your
In
rations.
your room is the caddy of the cleaning supplies.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Jess, because I feel
I
like
don't either.
sometimes when I've stayed at people's houses for an extended time, like I want to help, but sometimes I feel like I'll go in and like empty out the dishwasher and put the things away or whatever. But if there was something that would really help, I don't want to overstep. And two, I don't know where all the stuff is also. So if you could just show me where the broom is, I will be happy to sweep up this mess, because chances are 50-50 it's my child or my husband that's making the mess. So let's be honest with that. No, but I think that, I mean, it's a good thing. I think sometimes people would feel that way. Like, hey, yeah, like tell me what you want me to do and I'm happy to pitch in.
Okay. Yeah, so or even just the list of chores on a whiteboard in general. Just like, here's what needs to be done in my household. I mean, you don't even have to. People see that and go, oh, cool.
Check it out. All of it's a little pretentious. Like, hey, FYI, everyone, it's vacation. But I want to point out my chore list.
Someone has to mop today.
I think that it could be good in theory. I would like to see that in action and see how that goes over.
There's some stuff in the dryer, guys.
do not try me. But no, these are not people from out of town. Okay, these are all people that are local that are going to come over just for Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm just saying that in order for me not to be completely wiped out at the end of the day.
Right.
And unfortunately, I can't just rely on people are just going to come over and help. That's not the audience. So that's what I was thinking. But it goes back to opening my mouth, and I have to figure out how to say it in a nice, respectful way. That's on me to say, hey, do you mind washing those pots? Or, hey, do you mind, sweeping up the floor? Because I can't, and again, this is on me, I can't go to bed on Thanksgiving with, some people are like, I'll get it in the morning. I can't sleep. I won't sleep with a dirty kitchen. I just can't. So
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, and I don't think there's anything wrong with just having that very, very clear communication. Really, maybe it's the first day, and maybe, like you said, those whiteboards, and just say, hey, here's some stuff that needs to be done this weekend. Would you mind pitching in? Or, I mean, I don't know that the name next to the thing, I probably would feel uncomfortable with that personally, but I definitely wouldn't feel uncomfortable putting down a list and being like, hey guys, you know how I am. I can't go to sleep if there's dishes in the sink. Like, if you guys could help out, I'd really appreciate that.
And here's me, married to a youth pastor for a long time, is that you could totally gamify it. You write down all the things on a popsicle stick or on a thing.
You get $1.
Everyone's picking something out of my jar, and you open it up and, oh, look, you just scored lawn duty, Grandma.
Oh man, so listen, one of my biggest takeaways here is just, opening your mouth and speaking up, and you got to let people know what you need, instead of, and this is one last one. I said that already, but one last one is, I'm not doing like 20 different dishes, because I create that. It's like, oh, Mom, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. And next thing you know, we got like a ton of food and leftovers. I don't want any of that. Everyone is overweight and needs to lose a few pounds anyway around here. So let's enjoy Thanksgiving. Let's just have what we need. Let's have a few things, and then let's move on. And tomorrow we're back. We don't have to worry about
you guys. We didn't even touch on like the biggest thing that I feel like is the stressor, and that is the urge to shop. That is,
oh my gosh, there's so many. I have 3 more pages of things. I think we talked too long.
So Black Friday shopping and Christmas shopping and all those different things is insane.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a lot.
That doesn't.
Maybe we can do some extra posts with some other ideas that we have on things like this. I would say my takeaway is, I'm just gonna repeat some of the things we touched on, but I didn't necessarily shout out. But this article said, plan ahead, prioritize, and be okay with saying no.
Yeah.
Involve everybody, involve the kids,
Yeah.
give them some jobs,
Yeah.
accept some help. When people offer to help you, say yes. Tell
Yeah.
them what they can do to help you. Make sure that you're open with your communication on what you need and what they can do. And then be intentional about scheduling downtime. And I love what Coralyn said at the beginning is just throw those rules out the window. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't, if it happened last year, if it happened the last 20 years, it doesn't mean it has to happen this year. You can change the rules. So those are my takeaways from tonight.
I'm going to take a bubble bath, you guys. I'm going to be intentional, and I'm
Exactly.
going to love bubble baths, and I never take them. And I'm going to do that this year.
Yeah. Do it.
I'll send you a pic.
Little Thanksgiving bubble bath.
Yeah. But of course, with just me, not the whole thing.
Not everybody. No. By yourself then? Okay.
No, I just sounded weird.
Clear.
I'm going to take a bubble bath and send you a pic. That's not how I meant it. You know?
Oh.
You know what, to add to all of that is just, I feel like this is my constant reiteration, is just giving all of us grace. We all work really hard. We all have full schedules. But I think that do the things that serve you well and bring you joy. And if it's going down the path of stressing you out, just put it on the shelf and come back to it next year. And that's okay. The kids are going to have good memories. Your families are going to have good memories. But what's not going to be a good memory is if you're raging and mad and frustrated and overworked. Like, that's not a good mom memory. So try to do those things that bring a smile and don't stress you out, and take breaks.
Love it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. I like to hear that every time, like, to give yourself grace. So thanks everybody for listening. Again, just, thanks a lot for commenting and listening, and you can catch us on all the socials. We appreciate the comments. And if you've got anything that you'd like to add to this conversation, we appreciate it. So thanks. Bye.
Bye.